Alright, here we have what used to be my favorite place to eat and get food and rent rooms near Mount Keminus. It says right now that it's for lease, so sadly I can't go in and buy any food or drinks for the trip to the mountain, which is really disappointing. So I don't know, not to offer investment advice, but if I had the money, I would definitely buy the River Valley restaurant, soup it up a little bit, get some food and drinks, and maybe even build a little bit bigger rooms here, especially with Mount Keminus right in the distance there, right? To me, it would be one of the nicest places if you had like just maybe a second floor on this building, all with balconies that are all facing Mount Keminus. If it was me, that's what I would do. I would build balconies there, make this a 2-story building, maybe even 3. Yeah, and then have dark sky stuff here to make sure, like maybe ask the city if they could put the, oh, they do already. Good work with the city there. They got the low light pollution lights going already. So yeah, that would be sweet if they could have like say 10, 20 rooms for rent, different levels of balconies, so that each person who rents a room here would have a balcony facing Mount Keminus. I would probably pay $200 a night to get a room like that. Now they do have another lodge up the street, which is really nice too, but I don't think it really has the greatest view that this one does. Like if you're into looking at Mount Keminus. For me, it's one of my favorite places ever, so yeah. Hopefully in the future, someone with some money will come by. I don't know, when you buy this lot, if you get all that empty space there, that'd be huge. Yeah, like you could really put a popular nightclub here even, if you had a parking lot that big. So who knows, maybe one day, once the train up north is completed, they might even link the train line going from Kirkland Lake stop area all the way to the Quebec side, the big town there, Rouyn-Noranda. So I'm always trying to pronounce that one right. So for some parts of this trip, I'm hoping to go down there and turn left and see the remains, or the lack of remains of Mount Keminus' town, called Keminus, that is like a ghost town. No remains even left, I don't think. So yeah, well, that would be wild to see. I was just thinking that in the future. And can you picture this little drag strip here being like the next big tourist area where there's just big buildings? And everyone's thinking, oh, what would you do? Just come climb Keminus. They got the mountain climbing, the fishing. But then you got the Raven ski hill, Larder Lake ski hill, the other ski hill. So you could even make this into a skiing town during the winter, snowmobiling. And really, it's kind of a shame that the train stop isn't stopping in Keminus. Then people like me from the bigger cities like Toronto or Kitchener, we could just take a train all the way to Swastika, however you ever say it. So you could take the train from there, and then if they either had bus routes going to Rouyn-Noranda, or if they had a train connecting, either or. I guess it would make sense to start with bus routes. Now I know Greyhound's gone, and Northland wasn't able to work out a deal, I guess, to get more bus routes going that way. They do have some sort of bus route that goes from Kirkland Lake to that city, but you got to go all the way through North Bay and back. So that's really dumb, I think. Really, they should just have one going this way. There is actually one guy that's already doing a rideshare program. I looked, and he has a minivan, and he does rides from Timmins to Rouyn-Noranda up and down this stretch. So who knows, maybe he will be able to expand, or someone will expand, and we'll get some better transit options. Because you get so many people in the big city, they're always sold out for places to camp on the May 2-4 weekend, hunt and fish. And if everything's sold out and you can just hop on a train and come here, I think people would. And especially as we see housing prices. I guess housing here is already starting to go up too. So I guess from here we'll go by and check out the other room that I used to stay at, the Riverside Inn there. It looks like it might even be open. So we'll go and check. If they have a store that sells stuff in a washroom that I can use, that'd be seventh heaven. Right, and to the people that used to own the restaurant, I heard they had some hard times. Sorry to hear about that. And yeah, I really miss staying there. They gave me such a wicked deal. It was like, I think, 20 bucks a night. One time I came back after a hike from Mount Keminus. They got me some cold beer and a big chicken meal. It was awesome. So, yeah, we'll give another shout out to the lease sign. If anyone's interested, make sure you talk to Miranda Verma, the sales representative. Sure, it looks like a ghost town right now, but that's one of those investments, right? Buy low. It's your best chance to finish higher. I don't think you could get to a lower point than this now that it's for lease, and I don't know the shape of the building, but if it was me and I was an investor, I'd probably demolish and put a whole new fancy building. Like, man, even if you put a fancy building here, I bet you'd be having people not only from Toronto, but even Quebec. Because someone was telling me, oh yeah, a friend of mine from Quebec just came, and he said a lot of people in Quebec, they want bass to fish. So they usually end up coming up here. Boy, that guy's truck's seen better days. I don't know if he hit an animal or what, but it was rough. Hopefully he makes it. Alright, so good luck to the people selling the property. Not to offer investment advice, but dear God, man, if I had the money, it would be like a dream come true. Anyways, yeah, thanks again for all the hospitality I had here in the past, and hopefully again in the future one day. Let's go check out the other place.